What's going on, guys? Today we're going over the spoilers for My Hero Academia chapter 295, which is the last chapter of 2020. In this one, we got the reveal of the 4th user of One For All's Quirk, which is about like the millionth reveal we've had this arc now. And we also have the return of the All For One vestige, and seemingly the end of the battle. I've put a link in the description so you can read the spoilers that I used for this video, but bear in mind that more translations will come out later today and on Sunday, which will, clarify a few things. Without further ado, don't forget to sub for more videos like this, and yeah, let's just get into it. The chapter kicks off with Deku lying on the ground, having just woken up from being unconscious. As he pulls his body up, the panel shows us how his left arm is just totally wrecked as it just hangs by his side in a really gross way. He looks over at Todoroki and is relieved to see that his friend is alive, but then Midoryia feels a sharp and painful sensation in his mind. He describes this sensation as something stabbing at his head, and we see a jolt of lightning appear, which has previously appeared before when he was fighting against All For One. This sensation that he's previously felt before was the 4th user of One For All's Quirk. With this quirk, Deku can immediately sense nearby danger, which, when you combine that with his Black Whip ability, he's basically the next Spider-Man. From what we know so far, this quirk is a sort of danger detection, which will allow Deku to know when things are approaching him, and it will also tell him when other people are in danger. Previously in the manga, All Might told Midoryia how he was only human and that there were occasions when he couldn't save people. But obviously if Deku has this quirk that's constantly telling him about people in danger, then he's never going to get a moment's rest. He's constantly going to be on the front line trying to save lives. We know that All Might previously withheld details about the 4th user of One For All because he was worried for Deku. And I thought the reveal would be more interesting than what it is, but still, it's a decent quirk. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on it, to be honest. Moving on, Lemillion quickly punches Mr. Compress, who was already pretty damaged after that last chapter. Mr. Compress thinks to himself how he wanted to buy some more time before the heroes got to him, because Shigaraki needs longer to wake up. Only once Shigaraki wakes up can the Nomu be fully controlled, which of course would totally change the situation in favor of the villains if Shigaraki is controlling them. As Mirio approaches Spinner and Shigaraki to knock them out, Shiggy awakens at just the right moment and unleashes his radio waves quirk. Earlier in the war, we saw Shigaraki use radio waves combined with air cannon, and he does this again to blast Mirio and the rest of the heroes away. The radio waves also send a message to the Nomu, so it kind of has two functions, pushing the heroes away and also letting the Nomu know what to do. Shigaraki then stands up, but we can see that it's All For One who's controlling his body again, and not Shigaraki himself. The Nomu begin to rush towards Shigaraki and Spinner with the intention of flying away, and from the leaks we have currently, it seems like All For One is actually going to leave Gigantomachia behind, as well as leaving Toge behind and Mr. Compress. We know that Gigantomachia doesn't really do much if he hasn't been given orders, so the heroes will be able to restrain him at least. Also, in case you're wondering about where Dabi and Skeptic are, Mr. Compress turned them both into a marble, and it's implied that he then threw that marble into Spinner's scarf, so Dabi and Skeptic are safe and they are with Shigaraki and Spinner as they try to escape. As the Nomus grab Shigaraki and Spinner and begin to leave, the remaining heroes desperately try to stop them, with Midoryia using Black Whip from his mouth again to get inches away from Shigaraki. AFO tells Midoryia that once Shigaraki's body is complete, then they shall meet again, before using air cannon to forcefully push Midoryia away. As Deku is falling to the ground, he thinks that while Shigaraki has done some unforgivable things, when they were in the vestige world, it looked like Shigaraki wanted to be saved. This is a very interesting comment and perhaps a little bit of foreshadowing that Shigaraki, may not be fully evil by the end of this series. I actually did a theory about that which you should check out, but yeah, it's kind of implied from Deku's statement that there's something still there, that Shigaraki can still be taken away from the darkness. With that said, the Nomu fly off into the distance with Shigaraki and Spinner, and the war arc finally comes to an end. We see Bakugo collapsed on the ground as many of the heroes arrive on the scene just as Shigaraki escapes. The war arc has been an incredible ride with tons of twists and turns, but I think this was the right time for it to come to an end. Hero Society has been irreparably damaged, and UA High School might not be able to survive everything that's just happened. It could go a lot of different ways from here, but it all depends on how safe Horikoshi wants to play it. Thanks for watching this video as always, and while I do have more videos planned over the holidays, there won't be another chapter review or reaction until 2021, and that includes Twitch as well, so I won't be streaming on Twitch for chapter reviews until the new year. Until then, stay safe and have a great holiday season. Peace out.